Hello and welcome to School Bus Havoc. My name is Vernon, and before we get into Havoc, let me introduce you to the star of this series. This here is Daisy. She's a 22-foot long school bus that sits on a E3500 frame chassis with a Duramax 6.6 turbo diesel motor. Now, Daisy here was born in 2010, and by all accounts, for several years, she did a great job transporting the wee little ones to and from school. But then one day, well, she found herself unemployed on the bread line and on the auction block. There, she was bought by a gentleman who decided he was going to get together with all his friends and enter Daisy here on a TV show called Gutted. It's where other contestants got together with their school buses, and they had 5 days to build a custom rig, and well, Daisy here won. And shortly after the taping and airing of the show, she was sold to an elderly couple who planned on taking her across the country, but sadly and unfortunately, shortly after purchasing Daisy, the husband suffered a heart attack and passed away. Well, rightfully so, the wife sold her, who then it was purchased by the couple that Mrs. Havoc and I bought her from. And they used her, I think, for like about 3 or 4 years as an Airbnb on their property. But then all of a sudden, zoning and restrictions or whatever, they had to sell her. So Mrs. Havoc and I flew down from upstate New York, and we came down to purchase her, and we saw her, fell in love with her, and purchased her. And on our maiden voyage back to New York, we did take her in to have her looked at before we decided to drive 2,500 miles. They changed the tire, they looked at the engine, they gave us the all thumbs up, a slap on the butt, tousled the hair, and said, "Hey, you guys are gonna have a great trip." We said, "Fantastic." About 20 miles outside of where we purchased the old Daisy here, it sounded like a shotgun went off, and it went off at the process of me and Mrs. Havoc high-fiving one another, patting each other on the back. I'm doing the little happy dance in the driver's seat, and we're talking about all the places that we're gonna go to when the shotgun went off. And she looked at me, I looked at her, and I looked at the side view mirror, and I found out how much black smoke you could shove out a 3-inch pipe, because Daisy here, she was blowing some black smoke. And so I pulled over right away and get out. I looked underneath, and we're pouring liquid. We're pouring engine coolant out the bottom. So sadness instilled and whatnot, blah blah blah. We get her towed back, and during the process of Daisy getting worked on, like 4 or 5 days, I forgot how long it took them to fix her, well, we fell in love with the people and the area that where we're at, and we decided to buy a home here. So it just so happened that where we purchased our tiny home, they have on-site storage. So once we got Daisy back, I pretty much just parked her, got in a cab, we hit the airport, and back to upstate New York we flew. And now we're 6 months later, we did everything, finalized, sold, gave away everything, and now we're back. And so today's like my 3rd day of really getting into Daisy and the inner workings and stuff like that. So before we get into the Havoc, I'll give you like the 1 cent tour real quick, okay? It's going to be quick because this is my first video and I have no clue how to edit, nor do I even know how to get the video from this camera onto YouTube. But if you're watching it, I figured it out. So anyways, here we have a nice entrance. There we have the seat. And here we have what they call the artist's desk. Then we have another bench seat. There's the cushions for it. We're going to get all redone. There's the lovely bed. Here's the shower. Here's what I call the popcorn toilet, because it kind of reminds me of the Jiffy Pop things that you put on the stove in Jiffy Pop. And here's the sink, and there's a single burner induction stove. Now, let's get into the chaos and the havoc. Here we have what they called the artist's desk. Now, they had 5 days to build this entire bus, and so they went a little bougie, I guess you could say, and decided to do something fancy. Because if you, this desk, the back part of it right here is supposed to go up and down, and right here you can see where they have an actuator arm right here, and there used to be one right here. And so I knew that when we purchased it, the previous owners told us that it did not work, and that the elderly couple did try to have it fixed, but they were unable. Well, after 2 days of fighting with this thing, slapping it, kicking it, and cussing it, sorry God, I know I gotta repent, but anyways, I found out why he ended up stopping. Because when they built this desk and they installed the actuator arms, he left no way to ever get back into her without tearing the entire table apart. Now, originally I thought maybe it was the switch. Now, this is a 6-pin rocker switch, nothing complicated about it, but that's not what happened. After fiddling around, I saw that these end blocks came off that gave you access to the top part of the actuator arm, like it does over here, just simply on magnets. You know, pretty neat idea. Hey, it works. But what I think happened was, and I am theorizing this, that they didn't have a control box which made sure that the actuator arms went up at the same speed. I think they put it in, it worked good enough for the TV show, but after that they started having problems with it, and that's what broke the mounts that are inside of the wooden mounts that the actuators were mounted to. Because when you crawl up underneath there, just bear with me, you can see where the actuator, part of the actuator arm is, which right there, there's the metal bar that the actuator arm attached to. And here you have one, whoops, I'm sorry, sorry about that. Here you have the other one, in which let me see if, well, you can't really see it, but it's not even attached to. But here you have the wires down there. It's black down there, sorry. I've got a light, but I don't know how to attach the light to the top of the camera yet. I'll figure that out too. But to make a long story short, it's a boat anchor right now. And also, because this is a 3-pin rocker switch that controls the LED lighting, that strip lighting that's up there, and then you've got another one that's like right here along the face and underneath right here, that goes on both sides. But as you see, it lost a wire, and as an electrician, that is the one thing you never do. You see, I don't know if you can see it, but they used quick connect. So they brought their wires out, they shoved them into the quick connect, put them through these two holes, and then nailed this on. But now I've got no way to get access to these quick connects, and the wire that fell off of this one, it's somewhere down here, which of course I've got no access to. And while I was looking, I see that I got another switch that goes to something. So after speaking with Mrs. Havoc, and this is coming out, the desk is coming out, it serves really no function. And if you look right here, this goes, oops, let me see, this is an easel right here. So hang on, let me see if I can get this back up. This goes up, doggone it, hang on. Pardon me, sorry. Let me just spread the legs here real quick. And I know, an idiot in a camera. Okay, I do apologize, but all right, so this goes up. Let me start this up. Oh man. All right, there we go. Won't be taking this down again. So anyways, the easel, there's an easel that's up underneath this, but you can't get to it because what they did is they raised the desk up, and then they shoved a piece of wood down in the center to hold the desk up.